Might be in the way. Oh, it's definitely right in the way. Maybe if I stick it over here. Yeah. That'll buff. That'll buff. Mic up, I guess. Probably a good idea. I forgot to bring the other bow out. I'll go run and grab that quick before we get started. Forgot to bring the other bow out. All right. Almost fell down the steps. Most running I've done in a couple months. That's okay. Who we got? Heather, what's up? What's up? How'd your tournament go? So, good news. I think I got the longbow. I don't want to say it yet. Let me shoot a little and then we'll decide. And I'm left. All right. I lied. Lied to everybody. Not the best. That's okay. You know, I've always found that sometimes I have really good days and sometimes I have really bad days. So, we'll see what kind of day today is going to be for me. Still left, just consistently. I don't know. I was shooting okay, but I tied up another string for it this morning because I was like, I don't like what's going on. So, but then that time it's fine. Ay, ay, ay. I think I need more weight on here. Like I need to get a quiver on here, and I just need some more weight before I make any sort of decision. This bow is it's the lightest bow I own by far. Thing weighs like a pound, if that. At least I'm consistent, though. At least I am consistent. What's this little jabroni doing there? Sneaking into the wrong pile. Hey, at least you won something. You know what I won yesterday? I didn't win anything. Nada. Right in between the balloons. Couldn't do that again if I tried. Maybe I could. I don't know. But anyway, you know what they say? Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So cheers. That is the stuff. Move these on over. 50 yards. That's not bad. It's pretty good distance. Was that compound or was that trad? Because you said you shoot both. I know, and that's what I wanted to ask you. You commented on the one video. You have the Sanlita X9. That's what that bow is that I had in that video. But perfect. Just loud. Just super, super loud. And I don't like that. I don't like it one bit. Maybe if I put a new string on this, that would help too. I don't know why. It just sounds clunky. I even put some limb silencers on here and everything. Robert, what's up? What's up? Aiming for the can, yeah. Be quite a shot. Ooh, yeah, that one I missed. Pulled that one right a little. No, we don't waste beer around here, guys. We don't waste beer around here. I don't think I've even had anything to eat yet today. Maybe that's the problem. It's like actual hunting practice. I don't know if that's the best beer around, but there we go. That's what I like. Right in the pump factory. All right. This one might end up a little right. I plucked the string really bad on that. Still a kill shot. That's one of the things I love about this heavy bow is like it's just so hard to take it off target. It just works out really well. I don't know. It's hard for me to go away from it. The only thing I don't like is how loud it is. Last year I had no issues. I didn't really have many deer duck. And then this year I've had 2 deer really just duck the heck out of the string at 15 yards. So just low on the balloon. I literally, like, you can see the other balloon waving around. I literally just pinned it in there because I'm actually touching. That's wild. That is wild. What's up, everybody? Sorry if I missed. How often do I go hunting? Ray, I was just out. I usually go 2 to 3 times a week. I got a kid and stuff, so it's a little hard, and it's the wife's in school while working full time. I usually go 2 to 3 times a week, though. Last week I ended up going 1 time and I got a deer, so I still have to cut that thing up today. I got a busy day. I got to build a hearth. I got to cut that up. But yeah. Whoa, hey, we can't. Where are my moderators at? We can't allow a name like that in here. It's getting wild. Silly. Ray, I'll tell you what, I got plenty of deer meat. I've already given 1 away this season. I'm at 3, so. We're at 2 weeks into the season. We're at 3 deer. It's going pretty well. Can't complain. Got eyes on a buck, so whew, getting a little windy out. Better not knock my beer over. That'd be a heck of a party foul. But yeah. There we go. So the deer target is 17 yards. The doe target, 17 yards. It's a pretty realistic hunting shot. So Armin, what's up? Yeah, the wind's going pretty good. Sam, it's not. Look, I can't have that on the chat here. That's just wild and irresponsible. There we go. That's right where I want to be. Down a little bit, anticipating the duck a little. Perfect. Well, let's take a 30-yard poke. Last arrow before I got to go retrieve them. But just want to say thanks everybody for hopping on. Sam the Genie. Who we got? Lane, what's up? Ooh, pluck the string on that one. That arrow does not sound good either. I have to check that out. So sometimes the inserts, they're meant for like 50 or 75 grains, and you can break a little piece off and it'll drop down to 50. Sometimes if you shoot enough, they'll actually break inside of the arrow, and then you get get that sound that I just heard. Prime, what's up? Wayne, that's awesome. What kind of bow do you get? Olaf from Cuba, what's up? Grab me some cigars while you're over there. So we have a series that we do called Campfire Chronicles. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. Tonight, Outdoor for Sure is the channel that will be running it. We're doing some log splitting. We're not doing hunting content tonight. But if you want to hang out and chat, that's where I'm a little more attentive to the chat. I try to do what I can here, but with just me, you know, it can get a little overwhelming pretty quick. So I apologize if I miss a question or whatever the case is. I try to do my best. Sometimes I just can't keep up with it, though. We're going to have a balloon blowing across the yard here if I leave that there. Oh, hey, ho. Turns out when you touch a balloon to the tip of the arrow, it pops. Ugh, perfect. All righty. But yeah, so hoping to get back down to Maryland this week. And by hoping, I mean I will be back down there this week. We got some more deer to kill. Gonna just go off a little bit and see what happens. So that was definitely a little low. Oh, the field tip was loose. That'll do it. So, but yeah, if anybody sees my wife, tell her I'm not on doing a live. Supposed to be building a hearth for a wood stove right now, so Plus, then it'll look good inside the house. Do some lives in there, whatever. Prime. So I've had this channel for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. After a bit of a falling out on the other channel. Not really going to get into that too much, or at all for that matter. But I could probably just move this over here, actually. As long as it's not in the way for you guys. How's that? That's perfect. So, Edge Max Compound. There you go. That's cool. Are you hunting with that this year? Where are you from, first off? Did your hunting season open already? Or are you just planning on shooting and practicing with it? All right, let's move this jabroni over. This thing's so light, dude. I can't. I'm building a quiver for it right now, but I got to get that done ASAP. Prime, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And welcome back. I'm glad I found you, or you found me. I didn't really announce anything. Like, I just kind of been doing my own thing, you know, just chilling. Finally getting some nice cold weather. It's wonderful. Left. All of them are just left. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a Dremel to this riser again. You can see I took some of it off already. But sometimes with bows, especially like trad bows, you can have a bow that's tuned well and shooting well, but it's still not hitting where you want it to. So sometimes, and I wouldn't do it on an expensive bow, but because this is the cheap one, I'm just going to Dremel it away. Like right there, like those arrows are touching. So, you know, at what point is it not me and is it the bow, you know? But TJ, what's up? What's up? TJ, I need a mod. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Heather, I'm making you a mod because you're always in here and I trust you. There you go. Heather, you're a mod now. If you guys see any inappropriate chats, like let's take care of that. We had some earlier. Three arrows, pretty much in line. That one was just a little low, but I'm happy with that group at 17, 18 yards, you know. Taryn, what's up? Hismet, what's up? Thanks for hopping on, everybody. You're from Michigan, not this year. All right. Are you hunting at all this year? Are you using a crossbow? What are you doing? What's your intention? But that one, then I get that one arrow, and I got to check that one. I got to set those aside because I have two arrows that are flying pretty perfect, and then the other two that are not. So I'm gonna have to do some investigative work on my part. Bentley, what's up? How's it going? You're just waking up, dude. I woke up late today. The kid woke me up at like 8:45. I was sleeping in. I was tired. That one flew fine too. All right, so those arrows might have 150 grain tips in them, which might be pushing them right a little bit, which actually it might mean the arrow's a little weak because I did just bare shaft tune before I hopped on the live here, and they were flying fine, but they're still impacting left. So I got to figure out what I want to do. You went trout fishing all night long. How'd you do? You guys catch any? Oh, just above her. Good line, though. I love a good line. That works perfect. I can't say that on a live. Don't. Chat, record that. Love a good line. Oh, boy. Can you tell it's early? Oh, I thought that one was money. So I've got the above and below, a good line, though, and so the problem is those whistle tips are like, I don't even know. They're like 200 grains or something ridiculous. So they bring the arrow down quite a bit and pretty rapidly. These are the Easton Legacy arrows. I absolutely love these arrows. If you have a little more money to spend, you can go with some custom arrows, or the Easton Legacy Fred Eichler edition are really, really nice. Really nice. I've kind of gone away from running them, but I don't know. We'll see. They just get expensive. And you guys, I'm out here all the time. I'm shooting pretty much daily. Like, I lose arrows, I break arrows. That's literally right where the balloon was, and the wind is blowing. This is wild. I hate this. My line is perfect. See, like, this is a great example. Like, this thing's bent. You can see that. I'm shooting into rock or wood or whatever. What's Timmy up to? Me, Timmy, and Donald were supposed to do breakfast today. They called me. They were hammed last night. They called me. They're like, yeah, we're doing breakfast, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? We didn't go to breakfast. Timmy bailed. I knew that was going to be low. Oh, man. I can feel in my back. I'm just tired. Just got to slow down a little sometimes. Slow down, relax, breathe a little. I just touching the balloon, hitting the balloon. The balloons are 25 yards. The far balloon, the pink balloon, is 30, just over 30, like 31 to 33, somewhere in there. Sorry if I'm missing the chat. Flight Frenzy, what's up? Inverted. Nah, I got a fence down there. We're good. Always good fun. Lane Brock, I'm from Pennsylvania, Central PA. So I actually have all the fencing for the entire yard right there. It's laying down. We're putting that up sometime this week here. And then we got stall mats going on top of that. It's going to be great. Got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. Stay tuned. There we go. Thing was literally blowing up. So had to get creative with it. Yep, Central Pennsylvania. I hunt Maryland, Pennsylvania. This year I'm hunting West Virginia. I'm getting all over the place this year. I got 3 deer down already. It's pretty cool. I actually got one in the fridge right now that I got to butcher. So do it for fun outdoors. Welcome. How are you doing, man? I can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. I got the little baby bunny behind me. They're living under my shed. My dad keeps feeding them. So they come out and chill with us all the time on lives. It's funny. Just straight chilling. They're not even afraid of us anymore. Oh, I pulled that one so bad. Shaky arms, shaky arms. Maybe I should eat breakfast before I start doing this next time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do it for fun. Where are you located? I know you told me previously, but I forget. I got a lot of people, and sometimes I can't keep track of everybody. I try really hard. Wow, that was just awful. That was a bad shot. Getting tired. Getting tired. TJ, you know Sadie Bidet is always great. Oh, you're gonna bring some up today. If you could bring up like 4 or 5, dude, that would be awesome because I want to bring out my little can stand so we can shoot that at like 15 yards. Your hunting season starts November 15th. What? That's wild. Where are you that it starts so late? What's behind my backstop? So I got a stall mat. Hang on, let me find it. This one, my far one, I got a stall mat. This one right here, it's like 20, 25 yards from the road. The arrows dip a lot faster than they'll ever hit the road. So Michigan, that's so late. Is that for rifle season? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen some Michigan deer already on Facebook. That just seems super, super late. So that was low. You can tell I'm getting tired. I had to go fetch some arrows here. But that's for rifle season. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You got to get out and bow hunt, man. It's the way to go. If you've never done it, it'll get your heart pumping too. See? That's why you got to get out. Get a crossbow. Go kill something. I know, like, and here's the thing. Like, I'm all trad. I love hunt with the trad bows and whatnot. Last year, I didn't kill any deer in Maryland, and I was pretty upset about it. So you know what? I've been taking the compound to Maryland this year because I'm just like, it doesn't matter what equipment you use. It's about setting goals for yourself and, you know, achieving those goals, or at least attempting to. So, and I don't get super caught up. Like everybody gets caught up in how big of a buck you want to shoot and all that crap. Just, I don't know. I'm just one of these people who's gotten super tired of the archery community or the hunting community in general, and everything's got to be a 200-inch plus deer or it's not a trophy and blah blah blah. Like I get tired of that. There we go. Let's grab this jabroni while we're here. But so yeah, so you know, pick up a crossbow, pick up a gun, pick up a trad bow. Doesn't matter. Just get out and hunt. We have a lot of hunters in the chat right now, and I'm telling you what, guys, like it's crazy how Pennsylvania alone in the last 20 to 30 years has dropped half of its hunting community. Half. 50% is just gone. They've gotten too old. They've grown out of it. And I'm gonna be honest, I love this sport, and I don't want to lose it. And as we lose hunters, we're gonna lose people advocating for hunting in general. So if we're not fighting to grow the sport, then you are actively destroying the sport, in my opinion, at least. So just is what it is. So I know I've had what, 6 or 7 people? I think I've had 6 or 7 people just on lives who have ordered trad bows because they hang out and they see I'm shooting the trad bows and they want to try it. Give them recommendations, give them advice. Perfect. That foam is so tough there. It's just bouncing out. That was a good shot. I don't know. I'm actively trying to grow the sport, you know. Youth hunt was last weekend. That's awesome. Hopefully the youths got out and shot something. Mason, what's up? Jay, what's up? But like I was saying, guys, like you gotta try to grow it. And I know people always make the excuse like, oh, kids these days, they only care about technology. And it's about how you raise them. My daughter is out here shooting. She's 2 years old and she loves being outside and hanging out and attempting to shoot the bow. She's got her little like own plastic bow that she shoots with me. You know, it is all about how you raise them. And if you let them sit inside on an iPad all day and you don't encourage them to get outside, then they're not going to do it. You know? So we have failed as a generation of parents. We've failed. Right in between them. Actually hit the one. Perfect. Perfect. But I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel about it. That's kind of my opinion on it. Alice, what's up? What's up? How are you doing? Dude, Chris, that's awesome, man. The bow is such, like, I wouldn't encourage anybody, if you get really bad target panic and whatnot with a rifle, kill a couple deer and then pick up the bow. You know what I mean? And then kind of like gradually progress. Like I will never tell a beginner to start with a trad bow because I think it's an awful idea. I know a lot of people push for it and they're like, it's not bow hunting if it's not with a trad bow. That's BS. Start with whatever's going to help you make the best shot on an animal, because once you release that arrow, that's when the work begins. The easiest part is getting within deer and launching an arrow. Easiest part, and I stand by that. Afterwards is when the work begins. You know, you have to be. The last deer I shot on Friday, guess what? That Luminok failed. I didn't see where I shot the deer. I mean, I watched it run off, you know, 80 yards, get over the hill, and I thought I heard it drop. But if I was a newer hunter, I probably wouldn't have been listening that intently, waiting to just listening and waiting to see if I could hear it drop, you know. But I thought I shot good, but I wasn't sure. So I got down, saw I had a clean pass through with the arrow. Even then, I wasn't completely positive. Yeesh. Not bueno. But yeah, oh man, I'm missing the chat. Bet I can't hit the truck in the back? No, I probably can't. Yeah, TJ had quite the hunting experience. Like, bow hunting will humble you, and it will do it fast. It does not discriminate. Bow hunting will humble you, and it will do it fast. I've had 2 times now where TJ had something happen, like he talked about in the chat, where I had like mud get stuck in the knock, and it didn't latch on all the way. This was with the compound, and when I drew back, the arrow fell off. And then with the trad bow, my very first trad bow deer that I shot, um, I drew back and I cut my arrows to 31.5 inches, even though I have a 32-inch draw. So what it does is it ensures that I'm hitting my draw length every time in a hunting scenario. And I drew back, and the broadhead contacted the riser, knocked it right off the string. The deer was like 15 feet from me, and it just it stood there, didn't know what happened. I was able to knock another arrow. Right in between. Perfect. My distance shooting is not there today, guys. My back's tired. I'm fatigued, but yeah, bow hunting is a very intimate experience. It's fantastic. In my opinion, it is the pinnacle of hunting. But that being said, like, I've never taken a deer with a rifle, and I'm super excited to do that this year. Super excited. You know, I for once just want to be able to see a deer at 80 yards. So far this year, I've seen deer on every single sit. And it would just be so fantastic to be able to go out and see a deer at 100 yards and be like, oh, you're dead, and just shoot it, be done, you know? Like I said, it's hunting in general is all about the goals you set for yourself. I'm tired of everybody comparing themselves to other people. Just set goals for yourself. Like this year, I want to kill as many deer as possible. I don't care if it's with the trad bow, rifle. It doesn't matter to me, you know? That being said, I still want to make sure my buck in Pennsylvania is with a trad bow. And I'm going to try and do that every single year from here on out. Perfect. Hit the other arrow on that. You know, and those are my goals. It's what I want to do. These rabbits are still out. They're adorable, dude. I think if I keep feeding them, I'll just get them to the point where they'll come up and hang out with me. Look at them. You're adorable, little buddy. Yeah. What are you doing? Come here. Nope, under the shed. But Heesh. I'm just like, I don't know. My distance today is just not there. I can tell. I'm just super shaky. It is what it is. But see, get a first deer with a new rifle. Like, that's an awesome goal, dude. I'm super stoked because in West Virginia, we're allowed to use an AR-10. So guess what? I will be taking that down there and trying to take a deer with it. Like, it'll be sweet. And we get there at like a really good time. We have like the first 3 days is archery season, and then the second 3 days are rifle season. So it gets pretty cool. It gets pretty cool real fast. So just want to say thank you everybody for hopping on. If you like the content, go ahead and double tap that screen. Oh man. All right, we got to put this bow down. That's fine. Once you've shot a lot with the trad bows, and this is my biggest piece of advice to beginners, don't be like me. Don't shoot 100 arrows a day because you're going to get fatigued and you're going to get frustrated. I've done it enough that I get over the frustrations pretty rapidly. So, you know, it just is what it is. I know I'm tired. I know I'm sitting here shaking while I'm at full draw. If you snap shoot, you might be able to get away with it a little bit more. And snap shooting is just basically like, oh, hey, look, there's a deer, and you shoot. I'm not good at it, hence why I shot that deer in the spine and way far back. But you know, you're not holding back that weight at that point. Rocco, what's up? Welcome back. How are you doing? You shot 2 bucks with a rifle? That's awesome. Tree stands are lame. Hey, everybody feels their own way about stuff. I personally have never taken a deer on the ground. I've gotten really, really close. I've had shot opportunities, and I just end up blowing them. Ground hunting is super difficult. It's a whole nother learning curve. I think if you spend your time ground hunting, then you can perfect that. There's just like a tree stand doesn't necessarily make it easier. A lot of people climb to, you know, 10, 15 feet. They think they're up at 20 because they're afraid of heights. But they're really only like 10 or 15 feet, and they get busted by deer left and right, you know? Markham, what's up? What's up? Bikers, what's up? Hunter, what's up? Dilly, what's up? We got so many people, and I'm sorry if I can't keep up with the chat, guys. Left, super far left. So I've been having this issue with this bow. Part of it is that it's the lightest bow I own. This thing doesn't even weigh a pound, I don't think. It's ridiculously light. So you have a tendency, or I have a tendency, to kind of pull it left or right. And then on top of that, the shelf in this bow is not cut right. Out of all the cheap bows I own, I would not recommend this one. It's an AF Archery bow, and you can see I've dremeled away at it a little, but I'm going to take more off because I'm shooting left. Rocco, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think I remember seeing you on my last channel, if I'm correct. That one was a little better. A lot of it's the fact that I'm pulling it, I think, and I just got to add some weight to it. Once I do that, I'm building a quiver right now. Once I do that, and that adds a little bit of weight to it, I think it'll help tremendously. Cody, thank you. And I promise you, it's only about to get better. So I've got the fence panels back there. I've got 3 more laying off to the left. Those are going up next week. And we're putting stall mats all along the back there. It's going to be sweet, dude. It's going to be, we're getting there finally. That's left. All of them are left. But I have floodlights up above me over here. I'm getting some more floodlights. I normally shoot at like 7 o'clock at night, and I'll go into the evening a little bit, so it gets dark pretty quickly. No, I'm not a lefty because of the way the camera, when you have the camera angle facing you, it just kind of inverts everything. It's like a mirror effect. Cody, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys don't know, like the subs on a small channel like mine, like the subs help tremendously. They help feed the algorithm. Like everything about it helps. So I genuinely appreciate that. Still left, all of them. I got to move 6 inches to the right. If I do that with this bow, this will be the new hunting bow. I'm going to take the longbow out, even though I love my recurves. All right, Prime, thanks for hopping on. Welcome back, man. I'm glad you found me. So Cody, this is a, what did I get? This is a 35-pound bow. I'm realistically drawing about 45 with it. So with trad bows, for every inch you go past 28 inches, which is what most trad bows are measured at for the poundage, you're adding about 2.5 pounds, roughly, which is why I tell everybody, start super, super light. Start with a 25 or 30-pound bow. If you go with a Samick Sage, which is like this bow I have right here, if you go with the Samick Sage or a Black Hunter, you can buy new limbs for 40 or 50 bucks, and you can swap them out when you're ready to go up to a hunting weight. But that lower poundage allows you to go out and shoot 100 arrows a day, which, you know, I advised against. But most people, when they buy them, myself included, I made this mistake. I started out with a 45 or 50-pound Olympic style recurve. And the problem with that is I'm realistically drawing 55 or 60 pounds with that thing, which is way too much for a beginner. And I'm a big dude. I draw 70 pounds with my compound. Now, that was perfect. A little left still, but not much. That was like 2 inches left. Barely anything. But my point being is just to start super light. If you're looking to get into it, you know, and it's, if you start shooting trad bows and you're a diehard compound hunter, you're going to see your accuracy with a compound go through the roof. I know I shot compound for 2 years before picking up trad. And it's, as soon as I picked up the trad, like I never knew what back tension was. I got away without ever really using back tension. And then once I started doing that, like my accuracy with the compound went through the roof. So people are going to judge me for this. But I don't really even practice with the compound anymore. I pretty much, I'll take it out and I'll shoot it to make sure the sights are still on, but I don't really practice with it anymore. And I still hunt with it, taking 3 deer this year. Like, I don't really miss with it. You know, it's just one of those things that I think if you're shooting trad and you got the fundamentals down with trad, it's going to carry over to compounds and help you out a lot. So, at least I'm consistent. Those arrows are touching. At least I'm consistent. But yeah, that's my TED Talk. I don't know. Like I said, people are gonna judge me for it. They're gonna be like, oh, well, you need to practice no matter what equipment you use. And I agree to an extent. I don't really get nervous around deer for the most part. I usually get settled in and I kind of just go into this like this sense of hyper focus where I'm like, it's time to get to work, you know, just focus, pay attention. And so that I don't miss because I'm nervous, you know. And it's pretty easy when you shoot trad all the time. It's very easy to pick up a compound. So I mean, you got let off, you got sights, you got stabilizers, you got a peep sight. Heck, in hunting scenarios, you have illuminated sights, which actually I would put myself up against any compound shooter within 20 yards, which is pretty much all you can see anyway in the last 5 to 10 minutes. I would take a trad bow over a compound any day of the week. I think a lot of it is because it's almost instinctual in shooting, even though I'm gap shooting, right? It's so repetitive and so easy to do. There we go. How you guys like them apples or balloons, since that's what they are. But Santos, thank you. Sorry if I missed the chat, guys. There's a lot going on. And I don't have a helper today, so I'm doing the best I can, but I appreciate everything. You guys are awesome. Yeah, like, and look, compound bows compared to shooting trad are super easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, don't think I'm hating on any style of hunting here, because I'm not. And I will gladly pick up a crossbow and go smoke a deer on Monday just to prove it, because I don't care. I'm about having fun, getting outside, encouraging others to do the same. I'm not about belittling people based on the equipment they use. So if that's, and it's getting toxic. A lot of these compound guys are looking to separate themselves from other compound guys. So what they're doing is they're joining the trad community now, and they're doing it to be better than other people. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, because when I just started just 2 years ago, there wasn't the same push that there is 2 years today, like now, to do the whole trad thing. And I don't like that people are doing it for what I feel are the wrong reasons. It's, in my eyes, it's really about the simplicity of bow hunting. Like, it's about the simplicity and just the pure like fair chase is how a lot of people describe it, you know? Exactly, Dilly Can. 100%. And speaking of that, I got a doe to cut up. So I'm going to have to shut this down relatively soon and go do that. So the other part was shooting left. I have two options, right? I can anchor further away from my face, which is going to force that arrow tip to the right more, or I can take stuff off the riser. I don't like changing the way I shoot, though. So wait till he turns outdoors. How are you doing, man? I got a deer this on Friday, and then I only hunted one day this week. So I got a deer on Friday, and then the week before I shot one on Thursday. So this is that's what I'm saying. Like, I really like when I have people lined up to just take deer meat. I quarter it. I have to quarter it back before I bring it across state lines anyway. I just quarter it, bring it back, and hand it off to somebody in a cooler. Bring me a cooler back in a week, you know? Little high, but this is like, that's the hard part about killing a lot of deer. And I fully intend to go for 20 deer this year. I don't know if I'll hit it, but I'm certainly going to feed a lot of people, which will be great. And there's plenty of deer to kill, so why not? Haven't seen a doe without a fawn. Look, I am that guy that, and this happened on Friday. There was a group of 5 does, 2 fawns and 3 mature does. I shot one of the does. I don't know if it was the mother or not. I shot one of the mature does, though. It didn't have milk in it, so I'm guessing it wasn't. It was a 1.5-year-old doe. Wasn't super old. But I will do it, and I don't feel bad about it. That was low. Good line, just low. So I'm trying to get used to this bow still. I saw a couple bucks on opening day down in Maryland. But then when was I down? When I was down there on Friday. When I was down there on Friday, I saw another buck. He came out in the last 20 minutes, which is pretty standard. I waited to get down from the tree until he went up the hill past me, and that's what I did. So that was actually just a little high, but not too bad. I'll take it. But yeah, it's about that. Yeah, like that's outdoors. That's kind of how I feel too. If I know it's the mom, I don't want to shoot it. Now the exception is during red tag season or agriculture season here in Pennsylvania, they give these tags out because they need to eliminate deer. The first deer I get a shot at, whether it be a mom or the fawns, I will shoot, and I owe that to the farmer. The farmer by me is a small farmer, and they sustain about $100,000 annually of crop damage from deer. So I owe it to them. They give me the tags. I need to fill the tags. Uh, that being said, in that scenario, I do prefer to shoot a fawn first. Reason being is I don't want the other fawn to die just because, or two fawns to die because I shot the mom first. And I'm gonna go back and try and take all of them anyway. So, this is where it really gets into ethics. Bro didn't take hunter's ed. That's fine, dude. It's all good. I got backstops back there, buddy. It's all good. But I appreciate you hopping on. But yeah, so red tag hunting is not for everybody. And if you're getting private permission on a farm to do it that is sustaining crop damage, I feel you owe it to the farmers to take what you can. So, but during the season, no, I don't like to do that. Perfect. I've started aiming a little lower with this because I'm just anticipating the duck. You don't have red tags? All right. Well, that's a different scenario. Like I said, during the season, I'm probably not choosing to do it, Um, and clearly not, because when I was out on Friday, I actually had the opportunity to shoot another fawn. I could have shot two fawns actually after I shot the one doe, because the other deer didn't really bounce far. They kind of just hung around, and I had them broadside at 25 yards with the compound. I mean, pretty slam dunk shot. I was on live for an hour and 10 minutes just filming them. A little low. That was actually a little far back. You can tell I'm getting tired now. Probably be the last iteration before I call it. But just caught a fish. All right, that's cool. What are you guys fishing for? Am I gonna try an English longbow? I would if I had one. I'm probably not. I'd probably make one myself before I buy one, because they can get pretty expensive. But those are also like 100, 110 pounds. I'm not sure I'd really even be able to pull that thing back. Certainly not to full draw. Good. I'm just, once you're tired, the target panic for me starts setting in real bad. Yeah, I would certainly try one. I don't even have arrows to shoot out of that thing. I'd have to get like just rebar, I think, is what you shoot out of them. Smallmouth, that's awesome. We have some really good smallmouth fishing here. I live pretty close to Susquehanna. We got some pretty good smallmouth fishing, but I will tell you, I just never do it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Bill, what's up, brother? How are you doing? I know I just saw you head out. Oh, man, I'm just shaking so bad at this point. At 25 yards, I'm struggling. This is why I need to order more arrows for it. But this is why I have a Black Hunter recurve in 25 pounds, because realistically, I'm drawing about 30. And I could sit here and just shoot. I could put 1,000 arrows through that, no problem. What do I recommend for mics? So I have the Hollyland Mark IIs, I think is what they are. They're fine. They work great. I know other people who have the Rode lapel mics. I would not recommend them based off of all of the issues I've seen with them. And quite frankly, if you've been in the filming industry long enough, Rode didn't start out as like a reputable brand. They were always like the cheap brand, and it wasn't until pretty recently that they've just like grown and taken off and taken, like, everyone started using them. And I think that's just what's really sold their product. There we go. Those arrows are touching. It's perfect. But, and that's not a knock on that product, but I've personally seen people who have had to return multiple sets of them because they didn't work properly. So I would probably not recommend the Rode lapel mics. And I haven't used their shotgun mics or anything else. Yeah, dude, these, like, look, you can see the Hollylands. They're great. I mean, just for what they are, you could probably hear me pretty good. They work great. Now, I will say, if you're hunting, you probably want more of a shotgun microphone, which is like a directional microphone, which is going to pick stuff up for filming the deer, right? You could use these. I think, like here, I got a whistle tip on. Let me know how it sounds. I'll shoot at 30 yards. I don't really have anything to shoot, but just let me know. Like, I don't know how long you can hear that whistle for, but they do pick up a good bit. These are like, I don't know, I think they were just over $100. If you message me on Amazon, I'll find the link and I'll send it to you. What do you mean pick up the deer? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, so like they work good enough. Like if you just wanted to have a lapel mic, the benefit is if you have deer coming in, you can sit here and whisper and people can still hear you. So they're awesome microphones. You get 2 of them in the pack, and the case recharges the lapel mics, which I think is pretty standard for the industry. Donald, who I'm doing a live with later tonight, that's Outside with Shibe. That's his channel. He does like wood splitting and that kind of content. He uses the DJI microphones, and I've only heard good things, and I've only had like good interactions using his mics as well. But I think they are a little more expensive. Yeah, for hunting, I think these would probably work okay. Like I said, I have a whistle tip right here. Let's shoot it. Let me know if you can hear it going out. So, I mean, if you can hear it, because you want to be able to pick up on the deer running off after you shoot it, or them stomping as they're coming in. Like you want to be able to pick up on all that sound. Like that makes a good video, right? Rob, what's up? What's up? Yeah, it just turned afternoon. Luckily, I cracked this open at like 11:50, so I've technically been drinking all day. I'm doing good, doing pretty good. Yeah, so like Matt, I know you chimed in before and said that like it's great. So I wouldn't hesitate to use these for huntings. Now I can't speak to every other lapel mic because these are the only ones I've used. I've used the DJIs. I don't know, like some of them are noise canceling, and I know these have a noise canceling feature in them, but I don't normally use it. So, you know, it is what it is. Brazil, welcome. How are you doing? Cowboy, what's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for hopping on, brother. Just low. Oh, man. That last balloon is haunting me, guys. It's haunting me. But I've got some really cool stuff planned. Like I know people are, oh, your backstop, whatever the case is. The fence is going up this week, and I got some really, really cool stuff planned for what we're going to do with the whole archery setup here. So I normally go live for everybody on. I normally go live around 7 p.m. is when I try to go, get on. So, you know, and it's nice because that's when I can kind of illuminate everything, and we're doing it in the dark. So it looks a lot cooler in my opinion. But I can't do that today because obviously it's dark, and then it's light, and we have the Campfire Chronicles later, which is a series we all do. It's a group of 4 of us. We're all avid outdoorsmen, and we get together and we do random stuff every week. Tonight it's on Tim's channel, Outdoor for Sure, and we are doing some firewood content because we all burn wood in our homes, and that's a lot of what their channels are based off of. Nick, what's up? Thanks for hopping on. Matt, so those are just special whistle tips. My wife saw them on Amazon and ordered them for me because she knows how much I like to shoot in the yard. So they're just special whistle tips. I don't actually hunt with any of these. I do actually have an arrow here. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me shoot this. Then I'll show you what I mean. Perfect. 3 arrows touching just above the front leg. Absolutely perfect. So this is an example of one of my hunting arrows right here. Got the nice broadhead on it. This is what I hunt with. The other bleeder broke off because this is my practice one. But Blackjack, what's up? How you doing? Welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'll shoot this. I don't always, but sometimes I like to shoot. If I'm doing my cold shots, whether it be in the morning or the evening, I do like to shoot with an actual hunting setup. So that's when I'll shoot my my broadheads. YT, what's up? What's up? How are you doing? And it's left. Like if they're all left. I got to Dremel off this riser a little bit, and I got to get some weight on this bow because it is way too light. The thing weighs like less than a pound. Bryson, go for the bear on the left. I'm out of arrows, man. I can't. I do. Normally I do, but I'm actually going to move that bear. I got some other stuff planned. TJ is bringing some. We weren't sure if he was going to make it up or not, but it sounds like he is, and he's going to bring up some extra hay bales. So at that point, I'll stick some of them behind the bear, just because the fence is kind of behind it, but it's just I feel better with a full backstop on it. So how to use D? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. So I've never really gone bear hunting. I don't even buy a tag for it. In Pennsylvania, I don't see a lot of bears. Sometimes I do. Normally, if I do, it's when I'm just walking through the woods. So I don't really waste my money or tag on it. The other problem is in Pennsylvania, every bear you shoot has to go to a way station. The nearest way station to here is about 40, 45 minutes away down into the major city. So I don't want to shoot a bear and then have to get this 300-pound animal roughly out of the woods, and then take it to a way station. And then, like, it's just not something I want to worry about. Drinking beer and shooting, a match made in heaven. But anyway, guys, I've been on for like 50 minutes. I'm tired because I was shooting yesterday for about an hour. So I'm going to cut it off there. I just want to say thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of the interaction on the channel. You guys are the best. And I will catch you guys next time. If you want to see us tonight, we're doing Campfire Chronicles. So it'll be on I have it shared. I have a link shared on my page, but it's on Outdoor for Sure. It's on his channel. So check out the link if you want to come hang out tonight and talk with us. I will be, I think I'm moderating for the most part. So I'll be talking a lot. There's a baby bunny right over here. I'm going to point you guys to him. Up, up, up. He just ran. Oh, man, he ran. Sorry, I tried. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. And I will catch you later tonight.